Marathon running is an endurance sport that is becoming more and more popular. The average training plan takes about 18 weeks, leading up to race day, which is a 26.2-mile run that can take anywhere from 2 to 5 hours, depending on your pace. Because this is a long-lasting activity, the body uses predominantly aerobic metabolic pathways which prioritize the use of oxygen. Carbohydrates are the primary energy source during a marathon, while fats are used as a sustained energy source. And proteins are equally important as they help with muscle and tissue repair. A carbohydrate is a type of nutrient composed of sugar molecules that your body uses primarily for energy. They are made up of atoms of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen arranged as either single or long chains of sugars. These sugar molecules can be arranged in different ways. A monosaccharide is one sugar molecule. A disaccharide is two sugar molecules joined. A polysaccharide, which is a long chain of many sugar molecules. Most carbohydrates will eventually break down into glucose to fuel your cells. The body's primary source of energy during long-distance running are carbohydrates. That is because they are quickly broken down into glucose, fueling our working muscles. There is a strategy that many marathon runners use called carbohydrate loading before their race. This is increasing their intake of carbohydrates in order to increase glycogen stores, ensuring they have enough energy for long-distance performance. It's not just about how many carbohydrates you eat, but also when you eat them. During a marathon, your body is constantly using energy, so if you wait too long to refuel, your energy levels will drop quickly. Consuming carbohydrates at regular intervals throughout the race will keep your energy steady, which will delay fatigue, and you will be able to maintain your pace for longer. First, let's talk about what a protein is. Proteins are large, complex, nitrogenous biomolecules composed of one or more long, folded chains of amino acids linked by peptide bonds. They're the predominant structural and functional material in every cell, and the second largest energy source. 4. kcal. There are a bunch of sources of proteins which include lean meats, poultry, fish, dairy, eggs, legumes, nuts, and seeds. Everybody has different nutrient requirements, and when it comes to proteins, healthy, non-athletes only require 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. However, endurance athletes require 1.2 to 1.4 grams per kilogram. Protein is crucial for marathoners for adequate intake helps prevent the loss of lean body mass that can occur during high-volume endurance training. Higher protein intake is associated with better overall performance and reduced fatigue. Marathon training causes extensive muscle fiber breakdown. Protein provides the amino acids necessary to rebuild and strengthen these tissues, directly reducing soreness and accelerating recovery. Protein supports immune health, which is essential for maintaining consistent training without getting sick. Fats and lipids are a major energy source in the body, especially for endurance exercise. They are in food sources such as oils, fatty fish, seeds, nuts, avocado and dairy. They also help absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which significantly contribute to hormone production. They play a key role, forming much of our cell membranes and supporting our overall body function. Fats and lipids play a significant role in both training for the marathon and running the marathon. Endurance athletes benefit from having a strong ability to oxidize fat, which means using fat as fuel during long efforts. This helps spare glycogen, the body's stored carbohydrates, so runners can maintain energy longer. Raining consistently at easier aerobic intensities can improve this fat-burning ability over time, which is called fat adaptation. Additionally, during slower-paced runs, the body relies more heavily on fat for fuel, and marathons are usually slower-paced. Now that we know about 3 of the main macronutrients, let's see how they contribute to energy levels during a marathon. Glycolysis and the Krebs cycle are the 2 metabolic pathways that the body uses to produce ATP during a marathon. Glycolysis is an anaerobic process because oxygen is not needed, but this means the body can only sustain this system for about 3 minutes. Additionally, lactic acid is a byproduct of glycolysis which causes fatigue and soreness at high intensities. For these reasons, the Krebs cycle is the primary metabolic pathway used during a marathon as it can be sustained for several hours. The Krebs cycle burns both carbohydrates and fats, depending on exercise intensity. During low-intensity exercise, the Krebs cycle burns predominantly fats because this requires more oxygen which is readily available. However, at higher intensities, there is less oxygen available, so the Krebs cycle transitions to burning carbohydrates which produces more energy, allowing the athlete to run faster. Carbohydrates are stored in the muscle and liver, and when these get depleted, the body cannot make ATP as efficiently. Many runners refer to this as hitting a wall, and 2 in 5 marathon runners experience this fatigue. This lack of energy can be prevented by refueling during workouts and races. Whether you are training for your first ever marathon or racing your 10th marathon, fueling with the proper macronutrients is equally important and greatly impacts performance. It is important to properly fuel before, during, and after race day to prevent injuries, feel strong, and recover quickly. Nutrition is often overlooked, but may be the missing piece you need to reach your marathon goals.